And we are alive, America. The doors are wide open and virtually ready for you to come in and be a part of the conversation with us tonight. Thank you for joining us here at Gay Town Hall, where the discussion and the debate and advertising you with America's most diverse group of personalities of LGBTQ voices in history. I am your moderator, David Quiñones, also known as the Social Club Butterfly, and I am the Director of Community and Business Outreach here at Happening Out Television Network. Because if it's happening in the LGBTQ world, it is happening out. We here at Gay Town Hall want you to join the conversation with us live every Thursday night at 8 p.m. and we broadcast to you on Facebook and YouTube, and start following us on our newest platforms, Twitter and LinkedIn. Let's get tonight's discussion and debate started on Thursday, May 6, 2021. It's our 40th episode, everyone, our Mother's Day edition. Welcome to Gay Town Hall. All right, so I'm thrilled to welcome Gay Town Hall's lead host for tonight's conversation. She is a single mom with 2 kids, a boy and a girl, and has been living in Fort Lauderdale for the past 10 years. She's currently working as a real estate agent and most recently became the lead singer vocalist in the Led Zeppelin cover band called Airwaves to Heaven. And boy, does she have a huge lineup of shows coming up just in store for all of you. You know her as our feminine lesbian with the big D energy here on the show. Her worst attributes are her honesty can hurt. Her best attributes are she's honest. Let's please welcome to the virtual stage our feminine lesbian with big D energy, Miss Amber Taylor. Hey, Amber.
Hey, hey, hey. How you doing tonight?
I'm getting a sense of deja vu, like we've been here and done this before.
Yeah, that's definitely happened. And I'm proud to be on the 40th episode. I believe I was here for the first episode. So that's very flattering on this Mother's Day weekend.
And Amber hasn't aged a day since the first episode.
Not since, even though it was only in September.
So Amber, the way we always kick things off, tell us a little bit about what's on your mind this week.
Well, what's on my mind is being a mother, how I've made it 10 years in the middle of the city with 2 children and having a career where I'm commission only, while trying to pursue the music dream has been quite a challenge. And I'm just grateful for everything I have today. I'm healthy. The kids are healthy and happy. They're smart. They're supported. And being a mom has awakened something inside myself. I'm everyone's mom. The minute I became a mother, I became the mother to everyone in my life too. And that's been an amazing experience. So I'm in a grateful mood tonight.
I was going to say, so if you are everyone's mother, can I get an allowance and buy something?
You could get a hot meal, honey, but allowances, we don't do that around here. When in single motherhood, there are no allowances.
I would love a hot meal because the most I can do is pasta and a cup of rice and some things like that.
I see that a lot around in the gay community, and I feed a lot of young men just like yourself.
Awesome. And just because, in terms of, our feminine, lesbian, and big D energy, who is the hottest woman to you? If you could choose one hot woman, who is she?
Oh my gosh, the hottest woman to me is my girlfriend, because not only is she beautiful, but I get to actually have sex with her. I don't just have to put a poster by my bed and think about it. So I think, she's amazing, and I'm very lucky. But I was always an Angelina Jolie fan, and I have a crush on Natasha Lyonne from back when I watched But I'm a Cheerleader when I was really young, and Xena, Warrior Princess, has always been on the top of my list for super, super, super hot chicks, because she's so strong and she's wielding a sword, and that's hot.
Does Wonder Woman do it for you?
Wonder Woman, yeah. I mean, a cat suit, that does it. But most of the girls I date, honestly, as a femme, they don't wear makeup and they don't wear heels and they don't wear cat suits. They wear like
someone's
cargo
watching.
shorts
Someone's
and
listening.
button downs. And, you know, I love androgyny. And, you know, my favorite thing in a look is if you can't tell if they're male or female, you're just like staring at them because they're beautiful. You know, I love that look. That's really something that I've always been taken with my whole life, in fashion especially. The unisex clothes that are coming out are rocking my world too.
Awesome. Well, tonight is ladies' night, and you know we're keeping it in-house, we're keeping it intimate. So you like, let's cut out all the boys tonight, minus myself. Let's cut out all that extra
I'm not
background
afraid
stuff.
of intimacy,
So
like the
what
rest of
more
the boys.
intimate way than a one-on-one? And we all know we started with Amber back all the way at the beginning. I believe our next host was all the way at the beginning as well. Could be wrong, but she's going to quote me on it.
No, she was later, but that's okay.
Oh, okay. So Amber's the OG.
Yeah.
Amber's the OG, season 1.
Yeah.
This next host is maybe like a season 2, season 3 cast.
Right.
But we're going to kick the show off the way we do each and every week, and we're going to find out what's on your mind. Good or bad in just 30 seconds. And for our next host, in honor of Amber Taylor, who's the hottest woman ever. So let's please welcome our non-binary, queer, animal, and human rights activist, Miss Angie Oz, for our intimate night tonight.
Hi, guys. How are you? The hottest woman has always been Rihanna for me. Always will be.
She has great tattoos, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and she has those nipple rings.
Oh, God, Lord.
Wait, how do you know that,
Hallelujah.
How do I know?
Is that public domain?
But I think it's public domain at this point. Sorry, you guys are on my Instagram live right now, so that's why that's there right now. Just trying to get people to come join us. But yeah, so Rihanna would definitely be my hottest woman forever. She's my pass. I don't care who I'm with. I don't care if it's a poly or whatever kind of relationship. She is my pass. I'm allowed to be with her if the chance arises. So that's my hottest woman. And I know that it's an intimate evening, so I can speak a little over. What's on my mind tonight is it's a show called The Circle. It's aired and streaming on Netflix.
Oh, I've been hearing about it, yeah.
It's so good. So you've been hearing about it because of the quality of the show. I mean, it's excellent. I mean, the season 2 finale aired or streamed yesterday. So the winner was chosen for $100,000 is the prize. And it's such an entertaining show. Last season, season 1, they had a gay man on it. This season, season 2, they had 2 gay men on it. They had a poly person. I mean, it's very LGBTQ friendly. It's very entertaining. Definitely worth watching.
What's the premise of the show?
Any catfish lately?
A lot of catfish. I'm surprised. So no spoiler alerts, but the amount of catfish that did really well this season is mind-boggling. The way the show works, or the premises of the show, is basically these contestants go on there. It's the first time I saw it coming up on Netflix. You know, like the suggested things to watch on Netflix was season 1, and I wasn't very interested in it because it said social media, and I'm not like too much into social media. I've done that for most of my career, marketing for influencers and YouTubers and all that, and venues. So it didn't really pique my interest, but then I actually gave it a chance. Basically, it's a popularity contest or game, rather, where these contestants go on there. They can be catfish. They can play themselves. They don't speak or like show themselves physically. They enter chat rooms, and they can chat with players individually. They can chat with them as a group or in a group chat, and they rate each other every day or every few days or something like that. A player is eliminated, and then they bring a new player on only so many times until the end, when the winner is chosen by popularity. So whoever's ranked the highest. And it's very interesting. Definitely worth watching. Check it out. The Circle, streaming on Netflix.
Nice.
All right. So there's some catfish. There's some dirty dogs involved in there. All
I
in
feel
the
like I would be a
circle.
master catfish. Like I could catfish anyone online.
I heard the premise. It's like if you win a challenge, you get to choose one door and reveal yourself to the person. So it's like, build an alliance. And
How fun is that?
Lance Bass, I heard, is on one of the, I don't know which one, or this one, or whatnot, or apparently it's Lance Bass, you know.
Yes.
See.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, and so we got some love her. Aww.
What a sweet girlfriend.
Oh, we love you, Mila. All right, now, so let's give it up for our intimate night, ladies, in the house tonight. All right, so let's go ahead and get this show on the road with our first segment of the night. So we here at Gay Town Hall want to answer your questions, and we definitely want to hear and see your answers. We want you, our social media viewing audience, to let your voice be heard and weigh in on our segment that we are talking about, and that is called Gay Town Poll. So all of our hosts have cast their votes in already. You and our viewing audience can also vote and participate in the poll. Later on, before the end of the night, we will share the results visually on the screen and see which answer was the winner. So in honor of Mother's Day and our lead host, Amber, our Gay Town poll is, who's considered the hottest celebrity mom? Your choices are Angelina Jolie, Beyonce, Heidi Klum, Kim Kardashian, Megan Fox, Mila Kunis, Miranda Kerr, Scarlett Johansson, Shakira, and Sofia Vergara. So, ladies, what says you?
Oh my God. Angelina's got that psychopath thing going on. That's like kind of hot in some ways, but then kind of not. Like I've seen Mila Kunis without makeup on. It's not great. Like Beyonce is kind of like a queen. It seems like she would probably like try to boss me around and stuff. It's really hard. What are the choices again?
Well, who did you vote for?
Angelina. It's so many. It's like, how can anyone win? It's going to be all evenly distributed because they're all really super hot. Angelina, I loved her ever since Girl Interrupted, and she was like the psycho that came in screaming and hollering and like, you know, fighting against the staff of the mental hospital. She's so hot in that weird psycho way.
Oh, we got a Megan Fox. Angie, what says you? Who you voting for? Who's the hottest celebrity mom?
Shakira.
I agree. Angelina Jolie wears like the blood of her partner or her lover around her neck. I mean, she's like
when she was with Billy Bob, she was hot.
When she was with Billy Bob, she's like a sexy freak. Like you just want to get to know her. She's mysterious. She's got that like quirky. Like I just want to know more about her.
Like a depressive anorexic, though. I need a girl to be able to have enough calories in her system to be able to actually do sex, and I don't think Angelina is ready for that at 105 pounds, honey. She's a bag of freaking bones. Then you got 7 kids knocking on the door every 15 minutes. Let me bring you back to reality on being a mom. As soon as you are having sex and things are getting good, knock on the door. I just want you guys to realize the sacrifices that every mother has gone through to bring you to who you are today.
I'm just an observer. I'm just a peeping Tom listening in and watching what's going on here. All right, well, make sure, ladies, you weigh in.
Yeah, I would say
going to be
my hottest. So the hottest mom of the choices would have to be, and I'll admit it, it's Megan Fox. Like of the bunch, who would I be the most excited to get with would be Megan Fox. Hands down. I mean, it's freaking Megan Fox. Look at the girl, okay?
All right, well,
Kira is like doing
stay
world
tuned
tours.
for the end. Let's see what America says. Let's see if America agrees with Amber or Angie or both. So
I want them all, so I think they'll all agree with me.
Sharon is Karen.
Collect them all.
Gotta catch them all. All right, so let's move on to our first LGBT topic of the week. So today is from a perspective of a mother, as Mother's Day is coming up this weekend. So our first category of the night is lifestyle and cultural, sexy mom and the city. And with that, let's have Amber introduce our first topic of the night.
Wait, what's our first topic?
Yeah.
This stuff.
Woo! Anything can happen live, people.
Aren't you the moderator or something?
Anything can happen live. All right, so when the home cooked meal when you sit down.
Oh, well, this is what it's like to be a mother and to be like a real woman in this world bringing people up is, you know, women that are mothers are the kind of people that, you know, you can come to their house and have a hot meal in a clean home, and they will send you home with Tupperware. And, you know, all of you have your own mom experience. And to those of you out there that are raising children that maybe you did not give birth to and they're not your own, thank you, because this day is for you too. It truly takes a village of people to raise children. The gay community has embraced me in a lot of ways. Some of the ways I feel are different when it comes to being a gay mom. I know that it's almost like I'm an endangered species. There's not that many of me, but we do exist. We are here, and I tend to mother people in the gay community, not as much as I do my own children, but I think we could all stand to have someone that is motherly to them in their life. So I'm a sexy mom in the city, but I also have a lot of discipline in what I have to do. I have to hold it down. You know, you got to make those meals, do the laundry, do chores. And at the end of the day, you still have laundry and something that's not done when you lay your head on the pillow at night. Can we agree with that? I mean, even if we don't have children.
All right. So, question for you, Angie, is so in your eyes, what makes someone sexy? That Sex in the City vibe. Define sexy. How is someone viewed as a sex melting pot? And what's a sexy mom to you? And I'm going to let you ladies take it away.
Okay. Is it having a clean towel when you go to take a shower? Is it having somebody that knows the recipe to everything that you like to eat? Or is it somebody that just has a lot of money and doesn't do anything in the house? They don't clean, they don't cook, they just have some money.
So, no, to me, a sexy mom is someone who is secure, who holds himself accountable, takes responsibility for themselves, and really like is their word to their children and the people around them. They really like, you know, if they give a promise, their word, and if they break their word, they like clear that broken agreement, explain why they didn't show up as the mom that they are. Someone that is like a powerhouse, like I said, secure, very emotionally intelligent. Emotional intelligence is so sexy to me, especially if they treat and teach their children that way through emotional intelligence, and they are independent and they find joy within instead of seeking outside of themselves. So a woman that doesn't make me her like sky, her whole moon, her stars, her sun, like she is that for herself, and her children are that for her. I think that's so sexy. Someone that really puts her children first, and yeah, like you said, has clean towels. You know, has something so simple to me like clean sheets, clean towels. That's my love language.
Fine living.
Yeah, clean living.
Moms know how to live because they know how to predict your needs, and many other humans that maybe they haven't experienced motherhood or what it's like to nurture a human being from their very existence may not think of those things and have that kind of foresight. But what I think is sexy is predicting my needs, predicting what I might want when I get home and it's 12 o'clock at night and I had band practice and my shirt is like stuck to my body because I'm like so sweaty and I'm like just like done with the day. Like, what might I want? That's sexy. Predicting what someone may need, what they would want, like putting yourself in their place, having the empathy to meet their needs. That's what motherhood is all about, but that translates into every relationship, you know, of course.
That is true. That is true. Yeah, I mean, women that can really take care of themselves and their children and know how to hold it down. And I mean, honestly, a mother in general is sexy to me. I think that mothers know how to really nurture and care for people in their lives. So I imagine they would be able to do so for their partner. It takes a superwoman. We were talking about this earlier. It takes a superwoman to be a mother, especially of more than one child, and especially only moms, like people that are their only parent, and hold that main role. I admire that, and I think it's so sexy to me. There's a lot of women that can barely take care of themselves. People in general that can barely take care of themselves.
I've seen it extensively in our community, but I think it's good to have someone besides yourself. That's really my driving force, is my children. I mean, if I didn't have these kids, I might be in a different place right now. I might not be motivated to get up and do the things that I do every day, you know. And when coronavirus happened, I got a lot closer to my kids because they were home for 9 months, and it was interesting to get to know them better and to just be closer as a family during that time. But since they've gone back to school and, you know, I'm vaccinated and everything, it's like I can't look at them the same after we went through that together. That was like trauma for the whole world, including kids. And people didn't think about kids that much. I still don't have access to the same child care that I had before the pandemic. I mean, that's not sexy. There's a lot of things about motherhood that is not sexy. Sometimes it's not sexy to do laundry till 11 at night, or, you know, be standing up in the kitchen making meals for 10 girls that are staying the night at your house because your daughter wanted to have a sleepover for her birthday and they're destroying your home. You know, that's not, you know, but there's a lot of fulfillment long term with that. And it's really the long game. I'm hoping that my children are my retirement plan and that one of them at least can buy me a house.
Oh, well, you deserve it. The good
and
car. And a
So
car.
I have pop question from backstage. So for those who may not be a mother, what is some of the things you think that a woman could take away from someone who is a mother?
Okay, so someone that's not a mother that could take something away from someone that is a mother are things like, yeah, self-accountability, responsibility for what's showing up in your space and what's going on around you, to really like be responsible for your actions, be your word, and really like be committed to your word. If you give your word to someone, especially your kids, but yes, as someone that doesn't have kids, just being your word, showing up and in the way that you committed to. You know, if you gave your word to a certain thing, to just really show up in that way. And also a woman that can be independent, self-fulfilled, and not seeking so much outside herself, but looking within for her joy and self-fulfillment and completion. And a woman that is, you know, a powerful woman, a woman that stands in her own, she like is in her own skin, like is proud of who she is, shows up as an example for women and girls all over the world. You don't have to be a mom to be that example and to support other women.
Yeah, support other women's children, you know, because we need help and we need to enrich our daughters and sons' lives with other people, you know, and the community. You know, it takes a village, you know. I know I keep saying that, but it's true.
It takes a village.
Yeah. Yeah.
And my final question from backstage, since we're talking about being sexy, how would you both define sexy? And do you think that women especially need to rely on what society tells them, or does it really come from within on what is sexy? And I'm curious to hear from both of your sides.
That's a good question. I'd say it comes from within. It doesn't come from what society defines as sexy. I think that it's something, that you own as you, whatever are your attributes that you have, whether it's inner or physical or you know, all those above. You really own them. You can be confident, secure. I keep stressing security. A woman that is very secure with herself.
Yeah.
And
I always say a woman that looks like she's comfortable is so hot. Like, you might wear these high heels, ladies. You might wear this makeup and this short skirt and stuff. But if you look like you're not working it, if you look like you're tired and like those heels are killing your feet, that's not that sexy. I'm like looking at, you know, the androgynous lesbians that are like dressed comfortable and they're feeling like $1 million, and those girls are hot. I mean, they are hot, and they've rejected all aspects of sexy according to society, and they are trying to be sexy just for girls like me, and that's freaking hot. That's sexy.
Yes.
That is 100% sexy.
a woman who can dominate too. I want to finish it up with saying like a woman that is not afraid of taking control. Like there's something so sexy to me about a woman that like has her shit together, owns her home, takes control. Show me what she has, you know what I mean? Like what she's taking control of, and puts me in my place a little bit. I mean, it's sexy. Yes. Here for it.
All I heard was put Angie in her place, and I'm like, woo, okay. All right, so we've come to the end of our time. So Amber, I guess your final 2 cents on this first topic of sexy mom in the city.
Own your sexiness, ladies. Be comfortable in your own skin, and that is what is truly hot. Whether it's in a pair of Jordans, a pair of Vans, or a pair of high heels, just own your shit. Be true to yourself. Ask yourself, does this feel right to me? Be honest with you. And if you do that, you're going to be sexy, girl.
Yes.
All right. DJ Miss Oz, hit that beat. I'm bringing sexy back. Yeah. And mother foes don't know how to act. All right, now, round of applause for topic number 1, sexy mom in the city with our 2 sexy ladies. All right, now. So now we're going to have a little bit of fun with our next segment on the show. It's going to provide a few laughs and even some good side commentary. Let's see who laugh more. Is Amber going to laugh more at Angie, or is Angie going to laugh more at Amber? So if it's happening in the news, it's hot off the press and out is the new in. It's time for our happening out headlines. So here is tonight's breaking news story. Our feminine lesbian with big D energy, Amber Taylor, has been touring around the country with her cover band, Airwaves to Heaven, and has just announced she will be releasing her new EP called Baby Mama. So it will contain 10 all original songs, and the first song will also be a featured music video. But what is the name of her very first song on her Big D EP? Well, you get to decide. So finish today's How headline. Today's How headline is Amber Taylor, vocalist of the cover band Airways to Heaven, has just announced she is releasing her new EP called Baby Mama, with the first released track called Blank. So I'll give you a couple of minutes. If you have the paper, write it down. Otherwise, you could just verbally say it. Angie, I know you'll have more than one great song choice answer to present to Amber.
I'm so sorry. Normally, I'm really good at this part. I'm really good at the
Come on.
headlines. But I was hoping there'd be some other answers because it's a little slacking tonight, but I'll come up with 2. The second one's going to be off the top of my head. Okay.
See, the ladies heard Angie. All I heard was put Angie in her place.
Oh, boy. See, they really got caught up on this S&M stuff, y'all. Y'all need to stop. Come out. Come out of the closet.
What is the name of the first song that's going to be on her EP, Angie?
The BDE of MILF Money, Nip Rings. What?
Oh, that is like a really long name. But
it is a really long name.
I'll take that under my consideration. And thank you for.
It's a 2-part song. One goes on the front side of the album, and one goes on the back side of the album. And Amber, if you were to come up with a name for your first song on your new EP called Baby Mama, what would that song be?
How big? Yeah!
Because size matters.
Do we have a winner? No, and the follow-up on the back side of the album is the size matter.
We're like aim handle dominant mama for you. Yes.
We're very complex personalities, us moms. We're very, very complex.
Only the best. Only the best.
We're getting applause
complex and complicated.
So Amber, I don't know if you want to coin, Baby Mama. I get 10% if you use that as the cover of your album. But maybe what's up with some of your work that you're doing? I heard you're going on tour here. You may be in a city near you. What's going up with that?
Oh my gosh, we have actually several shows coming up soon in Boynton Beach, Palm Beach Gardens, Davie, and Oakland Park or Fort Lauderdale in the next month. So me and the band, we are booking shows, and it's a Zeppelin cover. We have started to learn a set of classic rock So it's not just Zeppelin covers anymore. But if you would have told me a couple of years ago that I would be in this band right now, I would not even believe you. I'm a child that had an imaginary band when I was a kid, and I would just imagine all of the players of the band with me, and I would be directing them as like a 5 or 6 year old. And now that band is there and I can hear them and it's real and my ears are ringing at the end of the night, honey. It is so much physical labor what goes into this, but I'm so thankful to be finally a part of the music scene. After wanting this for so long, I really had to put it aside when my kids were smaller. But now that they're a little bit older, I finally have the freedom to start working a lot more shows. And the members of my band are super talented. I'm very proud to be a part of what they're doing. Led Zeppelin is like climbing Mount Everest of rock and roll. It is extremely hard to master this stuff. Now, when we learn a 3-minute song of some other artist, it's like nothing. So we are a machine, and I think that we're not going anywhere. We're going to be around for a while.
All right. So make sure we want to see a star on the walk. Amber Taylor, not even just Big D energy. That's exactly what
Big D. I would be happy to represent that.
All right. So Amber, the question remains: who won in the song challenge? Was it Angie Oz? Or did you think you had the better choice?
Our only player. You know why? She deserves to win.
Oh, thank you. It's my first time winning.
Well, yeah, it's hard to win things. I actually never win things. Scratch offs, no matter what it is, I get 0 or I get $-. It's really bad, honey. So I want to put some good karma out there to you and mention those people again. Like maybe you're not a mom, you know? Maybe you support your niece once a week. You pick her up from school. Or maybe you babysit a tiny baby for a single mom and she really needs the help because she's at work or something. Thank you for that. And this day is for you.
Sometimes Amber just wants to grab a drink at the bar. Hey, can you cover me?
Sometimes, David, I need to. It's not a want.
It's a need. It's a necessity.
And
just
totally understandable.
That's on our mind this week.
Just to plant the seed, when this album Baby Mama comes out, if there is a flip side of it, could we maybe see a collaboration between Amber Taylor and DJ Miss Oz?
That would be cool.
We got the vocals. We got the beat.
In my head.
Angie, what you
think?
Collab.
I could do some producing. Hey, anything's possible, Amber.
Yeah, I can't do anything when it comes to technology. I am worthless. So I can only sing. I can lay the track down. I can sing hooks and so forth. But don't ask me to mix or edit or something like that. You will end up with a disaster on
So congratulations, Angie. You are the winner of this week's challenge, and you get to be the mixologist on Baby Mama. So how you feel? How you feel?
I'm feeling good. You know, I've been putting out a lot of these happening out headlines for a while now. It's about time I get this award. I'm grateful. You know, honestly, it's the first time I've won, so thank you. Thank you for everyone who
voted. You also get 10% of the profits of the sale. So you can thank Amber for that.
Oh, wow.
Big deal.
Yeah, you're giving away my money. I don't appreciate that, David. This is an idea collecting process free of charge, I was told.
We could talk logistics later. Small details, minor details. All right, so let's move on to our second LGBT topic of the week. The category is business and political. And this is What Would Your Mother Say? So this is our business and political topic. And let's have Amber take us through topic number 2.
Okay, what's the topic again? You literally need to cue it a lot better. It's we have a question. It's like
I thought you had it open. It's fine. About the.
No, I'm on my phone. That's the hard part. Is I'm not on my computer. I'm on my cell phone. So I don't. If I leave this screen, then I will leave you. It's not
no worries. So this is about the kids sharing the locker room.
Oh yes. So this topic has come up a lot as a gay mom, and I'll just talk to you guys about it. Honestly, I never really thought about this until people started talking about transgender students in schools and how they don't want them to share a bathroom with girls if let's say they're male to female transgender. And this was really hurtful to me. I keep thinking of this as like a easy subject. Like, of course, they get to be in the girls' locker room, like they're transitioning and they were born in the wrong gender. But this is really hard for other people to understand. And we have an issue also with people acting like intersex. Human beings don't exist, or they don't have a place, or they have to make a choice with which bathroom they're going to use or which locker room they're going to use, or so that's been just like a really complex subject that I kind of wanted to talk about tonight. I was hoping we would have a little bit more host. No offense, Angie, but I kind of wanted, a few different people to weigh in on this. But for me as a mom, I wouldn't think twice about my daughter Angelica being in the same locker room with a transgender student that was transitioning to female. That to me doesn't sound sexually predatory in any way. I'm looking for more parents from my community to weigh in with me on this, because I haven't really had an opportunity to have this conversation. But it doesn't offend me if that person is on her sports team. But a lot of people seem to be not just upset, but enraged by this prospect of someone that maybe they were born with male genitalia but transitioned to female being on a sports team. So
all right, so clearly a hot topic, especially this week in the state of Florida. So with the bills and bans that are going on in our nation, and recently this week in the state of Florida, how do we solve this issue, and how do we keep all of our children safe during these times? And I also want to just throw the question right out there, because I know someone was bringing it up the other day. Are the mothers really being involved in the conversation of the decisions that are being made on the Capitol Hill? Because it seems, and I think it was reported on the news, most moms don't have an issue with it. So I don't think the moms who actually are, the moms of the children are even really being included in the conversation. So I'm going to let you two kind of, discuss this amongst yourselves.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this fight is much bigger than state legislation, obviously. And, just, I feel like it should not, every trans person and child especially has the right to equality and equal chances at all the same opportunities that people have of any gender, whatever gender they identify with, especially to feel like they belong in the community. And it shouldn't fall on their shoulders. It should fall on the shoulders of the ignorant parents and or children that feel uncomfortable with the trans children in their locker rooms or playing those sports. It should fall on their shoulders, and it could look like having a separate space for them to change in, whether they divide each locker room, the males and the females, up into like divide it so that they have their own space to go into, and let the trans children know it is okay what they're doing and how they identify, and that they're perfectly normal. And it is the ignorant people that go into separate rooms. That's their problem. It has nothing to do with them. And it's the same way I feel about racists. I feel like racists should be identified in society the same way that sex offenders are identified.
You're talking about public shaming, and
not really public shaming as much. It's not public shaming. It's if you have a problem with it, it should fall on the ignorant person's shoulders, not the shoulders of the innocent trans children. They should have to go into separate rooms. Like, if you feel uncomfortable, go into your own separate room. You shouldn't have to subject the children, the trans children, to your ignorance or your level of understanding and consciousness. Like, you get to go.
And that's just it. To be a trans children, there's not a space for you. And I don't have trans children that I know of. However, if they were, then I would hate for them to be facing these issues of what, having to make that choice and those kind of decisions, and then being judged for it inside of a locker room situation. My daughter is 10 years old, and she has no ill will towards trans people. But if she did all of a sudden, it would be because she was taught that, not because she actually had an experience with a trans person. So We need
And why
to
should
really
she
be careful here.
Why should she be separated from trans children if she doesn't care or if it doesn't bother her? It should be up to the people that feel the need to separate themselves. Like if you are so adamant about separating yourself or your child, then you get to do so. But it shouldn't affect the people that don't, the kids that aren't affected or not bothered by it. And it shouldn't affect especially the people that identify as whatever gender they identify as, especially these transgender kids. Like separate yourself if you have to. It's not so much about you know, pointing the finger or you're bad and wrong or separating them. It's more of like who should pay the price. Like if you're so adamant about it, then you get to take the extra measures to separate your child from those situations, and it without it affecting or bothering anyone else that is totally natural. It feels like it's equal, is completely comfortable with it. Like leave those people alone and those kids alone, and let them, you know, be who they are and be their
question or point from backstage. So you know, like we were saying on Queer News tonight, I think they said it was literally like 85%, maybe even 90% of parents don't have a problem with it. Do you think, Amber?
So what are we doing right now? We are letting a bunch of older guys from the boomer generation tell us how we feel about sports and school.
And my question for you, Amber, is as a mother, do you feel that mothers are also understanding when these legislations are passed, it's about, you know, all children have to be inspected. So whether it's a trans child or a cis girl child, they're going to be put up to those same inspections of, are you a real girl or a trans girl? So you as a mother, how does that make you feel that, you know, your child, if she wants to play in sports, if she's in the state of Florida, would have to go through these inspections?
Yeah, what is this? Joan of Arc? Are they, you know, Joan of Arc pretended to be a guy and they reached up and they had to confirm whether she had balls or not. And she faked it somehow, but like, they're not doing that to my kid. I can tell you, I will go full on Karen, which is every, you know, every person's fear that us moms will do. There's no way someone's inspecting my child for sports. That's disturbing.
Yeah, it is very disturbing. Well, let me see your vagina.
No, that's not my pass into play sports. My ability is.
Yeah, and I agree with someone that, like, some of the comments I'm seeing just now about kind of piggybacking off of what I was sharing earlier, what Allison was sharing. Yeah, you know, if anyone feels uncomfortable, they can use the teacher's bathroom. Therefore, teachers can help kids individually, no matter if they're trans or don't feel comfortable sharing a bathroom. It can be circumstance to circumstance kind of way of handling it.
I was a girl that didn't want to be in the locker room with the other chicks, probably because I was gay and I felt extra weird around, you know, naked chicks, but I still just did it, and it was actually fine. Like I got used to it, and you know, you desensitize to it. Our genitals shouldn't be number one in a kid's locker room, and it's sexualizing them to assume that they're all looking at each other's genitals in there. Maybe they're just changing after a game, you know, like maybe it's just business, you know, and being part of a team.
So my final thought is, we have the last minute on this topic. Amber and Angie, or Amber, your final thought. What do you think needs to happen? Obviously, you know, things are being passed in the state of Florida now. What do moms really need to do? And even fathers and allies and anyone else in the community, what do we need to do to flip this around and get other states to stop passing these types of rules and things? What do you think really needs to happen in the community so that trans kids and all kids can just, you know, go to school and have a safe space? What do you think is your final thoughts on this?
Someone like me has to get elected to affect the type of change that we are asking for. More women that look like me, that look like my girlfriend, that represent our community. More transgender people need to get elected. And that means they need to run. It means they need to have the confidence to run in the community or motherhood or nurturing to get there, to get to that step where they are the ones making the laws instead of these, you know, older, basically mostly white dudes. I hate to say, but
yeah.
I mean, Like, they're a part of the population, but they're not the only ones. So,
Yes.
and I don't
Oh, the
feel represented.
hashtag is trending. Amber for office. Hashtag Amber for office. No, I think Amber does bring a good point. I think we have to encourage also, like, it's okay to run for the office.
You can run. You're trans,
yeah.
so what? Next, what's your policy on this and that, bitch? What else do you got? Okay, you're trans, but let me know your economic policy.
Mm-hmm.
Let me know about trade deals. Let me know about all the things that any other politician does. Let's get past that transgender part, because I don't care anymore. I want a person that's qualified and represents us. And I think that someone who's transgender has overcome a shitload of adversity. When is enough adversity for you guys? Like,
and I think we've made big strides. Obviously, the president's cabinet has the first transgender person in that seat of power. Also, for the Miami-Dade LGBTQ advisory board is also led now by a trans woman.
mm-hmm.
So I think we just need more of it to happen, probably a little bit quicker.
More encouragement.
More encouragement, absolutely.
More understanding and awareness, so we can stop the trans murder that's going on. That's an epidemic in the trans community. They have more of a chance of being murdered than catching COVID. Please.
That's crazy.
Trans lives matter.
Yes.
All right, so that was our second topic of the night. Round of applause.
Okay, you better tell me what the third one is.
The hair is still in place. The makeup's on point. The nails are cured. All right, now we're gonna have a little bit of fun. Let's see. We're gonna keep it nice and classy, nice and cute. What I wonder what was
that?
It was a sexy woman on my shirt. Everybody keeps asking me, they're like, "Is that you?" I'm like, "It's not me. It is."
All right, show it off. Show it off. Who is she?
Oh, I don't know who she is.
It looks like Gwen Stefani meets Christina Aguilera.
It looks like Gwen Stefani, but she's sucking a rocket pop. So I don't know. But
broad on your shirt. Well, she is hot.
All right, and if you would like to buy one of Angie's shirts, you can order it at what's your home address, Angie?
You go ahead and DM me at my Instagram at Miss Oz Angie, like Wizard of Oz.
No, we'll do the home address.
I'll give you it.
No, we'll do the home address.
The home address. They'll just knock at the door and they'll be like, "I want to buy some Girl Scout cookies."
Hello, no, that's my door, stupid.
Oh, Amber does the Girl Scout cookies. Got it. You want a home cooked meal, ladies? Amber Taylor's got you.
Whoa. Don't open the floodgates, okay, in many ways.
All right, so I think I know the answer here. Who likes the big D here? Who likes the big D?
Obviously, only you, David.
Well, actually, Amber, since you've been gone, the boys are arguing. Well, I like a medium-sized D. I like a small D. I like mediocre. I'm not a size queen. There's actually been arguments now without you, Amber, to kind of say, listen, you know what you like.
Wow.
Stop.
They're liars because everyone likes to be stretched to capacity. Stop lying.
All right, so now it's time for our next segment is Gay Mortal Kombat battle of size versus matter, fact versus fake news, and host versus lead host. This can be a discussion or a debate, but in the end, our hosts need to make a decision and explain why. Prepare to find out who knows the lead host the best. In our segment, we like to call, in honor of Amber, the Big D.
Big D.
So tonight we're going to do things a little bit differently since we got our intimate one-on-one. We are going to play the Big D, and tonight the theme is couture quality control. Yes. And you guys are going to be playing shag, marry, and chop. From glamorous gowns to chic hair, see the best fashion and beauty from the 2021 awards season. There's going to be 6 categories, and you're going to have to choose who would you shag, who would you marry, and who would you chop. You're going to be timed, so it's got to be quick. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. You got to figure out, talk about what you're wearing, category about hair, category about face. There's even a category with the men. All right, so let's go ahead and bring this up to the screen. Amber has not seen who the choices are, so she's going to be surprised. Hopefully we got chose some good ones
Basically,
here.
I better know you well, Amber. This is going to be a ridiculous segment. All right, here we go.
All right, so remember, shag. Who are you going to shag? Who are you going to marry?
No one knows me well, darling.
All right, so I'm
mystery
gonna let you two have at it. I'm gonna exit myself out of this. You have up to 5 minutes to get through 6 categories. All right,
Oh,
and
Lord.
Okay, shag, marry, chop.
Yes, glamorous
Glamorous-
gowns. Yes.
Okay, here we go. All right, I think you're going to shag Viola, chop Elle, and marry Dua Lipa.
You're right.
Woo!
You got it. You got it. Dang it. I hate to give you that. Okay.
I got it. It was like I just gave the same answer I felt, so we are in agreement there.
Ellie looks really hot.
I know.
So, it's like it's giving me like a real Frozen vibe, while Viola is like, come to my enchanted, forbidden little garden.
Fierce.
But the right,
Dua Lipa, Jesus Christ.
She's just looking like a hussy in this gown. I just don't see it as a gown. I see it as a bodysuit with some fringe hanging from it, honey. I mean, she could have done a little better on that.
Yeah, I mean, that's very typical of her. Okay, so I think you would... Oh, you like the short hair. So I'm going to say you're going to shag Megan, marry Emma, and chop Anya.
I'm going to shag Anya. Wait. Yeah. Marry Emma and chop
Megan. Wow.
I like that fun on top and all that. I just like a straightforward. I mean, Anya probably has some extensions. That's good for one night. As soon as I pull on that, it's going to come out. But Emma, she's a little rough and tough, and she's got that hair that lasts, and in the morning, and maybe it's a little disheveled. That's hot. It's not like hair pieces that are going to come out or like, it's going to look messed up. Like, Anya looks a little bit like she's made out of glass. I like a woman that, is a little more durable than that.
Yes. See, I would shag Megan. So I'm like,
I mean,
my answers again.
What? I mean, they're all like hot
Fierce.
and sexual, obviously. That's not in question at all. It's best hair, by the way. That's what it's supposed to be.
That's
Emma
for
has
you.
it for best
This
hair.
is more, okay, so noted. It's more about best hair.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. All right, so best hair wise, I'm gonna go with
this is best makeup right now.
All right, best makeup heard. Okay. Oh wow. Well then that would be marry Yara, shag Lily, and chop Julia.
Okay. Yeah. Shag Lily. I would probably chop Lily.
Oh wow. Okay.
Shag Julia and marry Yara because she looks more like she's like more like humble and stuff. Julia looks wild. She might be wild in bed, but she definitely gets best makeup. Julia.
Oh really? Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
I was like Yara.
that.
Yara has the best makeup. Like, damn, girl.
I mean,
you look like she's wearing makeup barely.
Yeah, I don't like that. I want to know that she's wearing it, but like that's just for my own looks. That's not someone I would actually like, come at a woman with like red lipstick on like me. I don't think so. Lipstick lesbians don't kiss other lipstick lesbians, y'all. If you want to know, we don't kiss each other. We don't mix like the pink and the red that much.
I kiss all the types.
Oh, we know that you kiss all the types, but not all of us.
Like, come my way. Let me take you under my wing. All right, let's see. We got Harry, Dan, and John. All right, I'm gonna go with. You would.
Oh, I have to shag one of the guys. Ew.
I would say you would. Oh, Dan though. Okay, so you would marry Dan, shag John, and chop Harry because like you're not a basic bitch. So
I would
you would
probably
be like chop Harry.
I would chop John, and I would take Harry somewhere like where we'll be like photographed constantly, like and we'll do it like for like 5 minutes like one time or something like that, like just and then I'll marry Dan like 6
well of course you marry Dan
and it'll be like all the tabloids.
Oh, of course.
But the best look, I gotta say, Harry looks like a Boca woman going to the deli right here. And Dan looks literally the best. Like Harry, I'm not sure. I almost want to wear his clothes. Like that seems something more like I would wear, but I don't know. Maybe you know, maybe the men might feel different about that, but
I
I
could
don't know
see
many
you
men that would wear
I could
that.
see you fierce in that outfit, Amber. Yes.
I mean, yeah, I could see me being fierce in it, but he looks like,
Questionable.
a little frumpy, in that.
Okay, Anya again. Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna give you my answer, which is marry Billy. Chop Sarah, shag Anya. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to chop Sarah. I don't care about the cast. It's not that cute to me. Anya
Go.
Anya would have to be marryable, and Billy would have to be
Marryable.
shag.
Oh,
Because she's like so young. I don't want
to.
to like tie Billy down, and like I'm definitely not looking to mother somebody that, you know.
That's hot.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not looking for that. I'd be like the older woman that comes in and like breaks their heart and stuff, and like, okay, bye, sorry, I'm busy.
Yeah, she's a baby.
Yeah, she's like 21 years old. No, thank you, I'm busy.
She's younger than that even. Oh my God, I can't believe it.
Is she? Oh God, please no.
I saw her in concert right before the pandemic, so March 9th, and then in Miami at the anyway, at the American
she's
Airlines.
amazing. I mean, she's such an amazing vocalist, and I know that she's grown up in San Francisco with her and her brother. She's not like a rich girl or something. It's pretty humble means, and she works with her brother a lot on music. It's really neat.
She was incredible, front row. Okay,
oh my God, her
voice. We've got couples now. Shit. Okay, so I'm gonna go with. Okay, I would marry personally Gene and Big Sean, and then chop Chloe and Joshua, shag Sasha and Izzo, maybe.
Okay, I would chop Sasha, and I would I would shag like Gene and Big Sean like one night, super fun.
And then marry
Chloe and Joshua, I feel like if they married me, they would like give me everything. Like I would live in like a penthouse flat above their penthouse, and you know, they would never disturb me and make sure everything was cool with me. They look super chic, you know, they probably live in like an amazing place with beautiful views and go traveling half of the year, you know. So I'm with that.
Yes.
Yeah.
All righty. So clearly different taste. And that's just with two. Imagine if we had a whole room for that.
I know.
All right.
So tired.
I don't know you that well, Amber. I've got to get to know you, Amber girl. Oh my God.
Allison's like, I wish it was going to business with instead of chop.
Going to business with. Okay.
All right. So now, final question. We're going to go backwards. Amber, who's best dressed out of these three? Who wins?
I'm going to give it to Chloe and Joshua. I just think they look chic. I think they're, you know, I think there's a beautiful elegance in understating your look and not going crazy, you know, like Gene and Big Sean. I just think that they look great. And you know that I like it when women look comfortable.
I would say it was Gene and Big Sean that took it.
Okay. Who had the best accessories? And I'm sure that Sarah's cast was not part of the accessory.
It seems like her accessory, just saying.
Well, she put accessories on the cast. But
that's ew to me. Anya.
Anya wins for best accessory.
Look, yeah.
I'd say Billie Eilish because Billie Eilish wins everything in my book.
I'm so sick of her stupid clothes. Her clothes make no sense to me. I'm just like.
I think we know who the winner is here, but who won best men's looks?
Not Harry, please, God, no.
Dan. Yeah, Dan. For sure.
Like, that's how you do lime green, Harry. That's how you do lime green. I know you tried to do lime green. You did a shit.
I love Dan because I'm watching Schitt's Creek and it's everything.
Yes. He's amazing.
It is such a good show. I love that show.
And they won every award: Best Actor, Best Actress, Best Supporting Actor, and Best Supporting Actress. All in one.
They're so good. They're so lovable.
All right, and then we had a mixed bag here. Amber, who won Best Makeup?
Julia.
I say Yara.
The big red lip and the smoke. Yeah, I love it. I'm just a sucker for that.
I say Yara. Yara's very subtle, and even her outfits. I mean, she's just like subtle and sexy.
Right.
Yeah, she looks like she has great skin too.
And best hair, we have Anya, Emma, and Megan.
Well, best hair I would give to Anya just because it's like sultry and
like a ton of extensions. I give it to
I agree with Amber. That's not real hair, but
yeah, that shit ain't real. I give it to the girl with real hair that I can pull on without it falling out.
Emma.
Yep.
Yeah.
all right. And who wins best gown? Elle, Viola, or Dua Lipa?
Even though I didn't vote for her, I chopped Elle. I would say her gown is like freaking butter. It's like just silky and flowy.
Same. It photographs so well. It's like, you know, Elsa, Frozen, that I was forced to watch that movie like 400 times. So this is totally Elsa right here. It's 100%. She has icicles hanging from her. I love it.
Yeah. And couture quality control. Amber, do you give this look a toot or a boot? Would you wear this?
Would I wear this gown? Oh my God. You know what?
I would see you being so fierce in that gown, Amber.
I would wear that, especially, honey, if I had a place to go in it. So, you know, I could see myself.
I mean, you know, just a casual stroll down the drive, you know.
Wilson Drive.
Go to the corner store, get a gallon of milk.
To Wilson Drive before, and the thing about Wilson Drive is if you do dare to dress up, you will get so much support, and so many queens will come to you and say that they love your look. And I mean, it's worth it. It's not wasted on my queer men. They love it. They live for it. They live for these fashion moments.
I've gotten texts. Girl, did you just see Amber Taylor walk out of her front door?
Yes. And then I sent a text 30 minutes ago. I'm going to be walking out of my front door in 30
minutes. So it's like the paparazzi. They're like waiting. They're like, and
she's like,
no. I'll be leaving to go to the
Amber's like, oh,
hall.
wait a minute. There's not enough of you outside. I'm going to go back in. I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes to get yourselves together, and we're going to redo this.
Yeah.
You're like at lit in T-2 seconds. First appearance, lit.
Amber's like, I gave you 30 minutes. There should have been 30 of you gaggling outside, and there's only 10 of you.
Exactly. I gotta go. I'm very busy. Very, very busy.
Well, that was the most interesting, Big D. We did Shag, Marry, Chop with the Academy Awards. So that was the Golden Globes. We had the Critics' Choice Awards. We had the Oscars. We had the Emmys. There was a little bit of everything.
We saw everyone. There's a lot of silk, a lot of like turquoise or blues out right now. So it's like really interesting. I mean, I go to the beat of my own drum and I do what feels right in fashion. And I think that we all should, you know, but it's interesting to see what they choose and the designers that are making clothing for them. I mean, it trickles down.
So Angie, you're gonna be Melissa Rivers. Angie, who is best in show out of everyone you just saw?
I get to be Joan. Oh my God.
I know, right? I mean, honestly, just because it's biased, I always give it to my girl Billie Eilish. I know you're sick of her Amber and what she wears, but you know what?
She just wears like a brown paper bag and like a
but she can do no wrong. She can do no wrong. And lately, she's been on the cover of Vogue.
But in all the pictures you saw tonight, she was best in show.
Oh, just based off of those looks tonight. Yeah, I mean, maybe between her and Dan. I would say Dan. I'll give it to Dan.
Dan was good. All right.
Dan but I love that golden gown.
We go live to Joan. Joan Rivers, who was best in show.
Best in show I have to give it to Dan for the dapperness and the tailoring. I am Amber Taylor and I like tailoring, okay? Please, God, tailor it to your bodies. Please watch your seam lines, people, when you're purchasing these clothes out here off the rack. Take it in a little bit. Spend the $5 at your local place and have someone sew it right for you.
And if you can spend a little more than $5, wave a 20 at Amber, and she will personally go shopping with you and make sure you are trimmed and tailored just right.
Absolutely.
Snatched for the gods. All right now, so that brings us to our final topic of the night. This is usually our roundtable quick discussion, but we'll give you a little extra time on this one. Category is our personal story and experience, and this is about the pandemic mom, women in the pandemic. And with that, Amber, I will let you take us through our final topic of the night, women in the pandemic.
Yes. So female ownership has gone down since the beginning of coronavirus. It has to do with motherhood, sure, but also the amount of just women that we see in business has declined. Some of it is due to just the economic collapse we experienced over the last year, and some of it is due to not having the same access to childcare, having children in home schools. And this is very concerning because women actually are a big part of our economy, and without our success, it's going to be harder for the men too. I mean, we're all in this together, as they always said. But I find that after the pandemic has, I mean, I know it's not over, but many of us are getting vaccinated and restrictions are beginning to loosen. Women are still not as caught up as the men because they brunt a lot of the household responsibilities. So what do you feel on that, Angie?
All right, so this is our final discussion on pandemic moms. So how do we support moms and women during this time of need as we start to come out of this pandemic towards a more hopeful future? And what has your experience been like as a woman during this pandemic? You know, give us a little insight from your personal point of view, Angie.
Wow, well, I don't even know where to begin. I would say the stimulus checks aren't enough, clearly. If you're a mom, especially a single mom, there should be some kind of waiting list or some kind of program that aids more support to them. Of course, 100%. I don't think that GoFundMes are enough, networking through your own communities of friends and family. There has to be something else. There's got to be some other solution. My personal experience through the pandemic has been seeing a lot of my friends that are not only moms, but especially single moms in my circle of friends truly struggling, and me kind of supporting them, even if I just move in for a few weeks and help them out with their kids. I'm like, you know, there's got to be some kind of solution to this, because moms have always historically struggled and have faced challenges. Even if they haven't struggled, they face challenges greater than a person that's only responsible for themselves, and should really see a lot of support from their community and the government, no matter what that looks like. I mean, 100%. So especially at these times, seeing them struggle throughout over the past year has been hard. I mean, I'm like, I wish there was more I could do. My hours are only so much to support them, and my volunteering of my time and energy and efforts, and there's only so much I could do with that. I wish there were more funds that I could put into it. And we should do a lot in the community. And again, you know, I don't want to say it's a all one man for themselves kind of like survival for the fittest kind of environment. There are countries much worse off than us. But even the reality of our country is, yeah, I mean, it has come down to, unfortunately, recently from what I've seen, is a lot of networking with people's own communities and their friends and family through GoFundMes. Yeah. And that's crazy.
We have each other to rely on. Moms have to reach out to one another and come together during this time. Women need to come together during this time. I know that you hate each other. You're tired of that bitch's hair looking the same way. You're tired of her outfit. You don't like her shoes. Her old man had tried to hit on you before and you didn't tell her, and you want to tell all that. Let's please stop. Because right now we're at critical mass. Women need to be women's women. Yes. I'm not just talking about gay women. I'm talking about all women. So I'm talking about a sense of sisterhood when someone's raising children, or when they're not. Maybe they're just, you know, a woman that's by themselves. You know, we need each other right now. We need to be supporting each other's businesses the best that we can. And we need to be holding their hand through this next year, because this is a recovery process. You know, it took over a year to get us to where we are right now, to break us down, to hurt many of the primarily women-owned businesses in the United States. So it's going to take a year or more to repair from that. Just like they told me when I had babies, and they said, hey girl, you gained this weight in 9 months. It's going to take at least 9 months to get it off. It's the same thing. We got to fight this baby weight of coronavirus from around us. And I want to see some of these women-owned businesses reopening, you know, because we have women clients that support each other. And I know that I know I'm talking crazy, but
No, not that
I
wasn't
hope
you.
it happens.
Apparently Angie's spanking backstage. So question from backstage audience. So I'm curious to know, you know, I work from home now. So I know that was a really big change and adjustment, you know, for me as a man. For you personally as women, kind of give us an insight and describe what was the last year like for you as a woman? Like, how did personal life change, you know, family life, work life? Did you have to work from home? Did you lose your job? Like, kind of give a perspective to the audience. Like, what was the last year like for you, and what do you really hope for the future that you want your life to become?
Yeah, well, I thought for a little while that I was never going to sell real estate again. When it first shut down, I thought the real estate market was going to crash. And I also had just got into my band and thought, okay, you know, I don't know when we're going to be able to practice or perform. And I had just kind of started doing something outside of like my kids and work to make myself happy for once, you know, and that all came to a halt. The kids were at home. They're awesome kids, you know, I can't complain about them, but we spent a lot of time with each other and they were bored and we couldn't even go to a park. And, you know, my son is the kind of guy that needs to run a few miles every day so that he's nice and worn down. So, you know, because he's hyper. And I was the janitor, I was the lunch lady, I was the teacher. I was also a real estate agent. I was also a band member during that time. It was just like such a weird identity crisis. I think so many moms had an existential crisis. And I promised myself that instead of throwing all of my time into work, I would throw more into family and more into music because that's what truly makes me happy. And people were dying, you know, people are dying. So I thought about my time here on earth and how it's limited, you know, and I started putting more emphasis on the things that really matter to me from coronavirus. That's how my personal life changed. But my relationship with my kids, like I said before, it did grow tighter during the lockdown situation. But financially, it was really devastating. I lost $40,000 in commission and contracts the minute the country shut down. And people were getting all kinds of excuses to leave their real estate contract. And that was hard for me, not just for me, but for my kids that I obviously, you know, have to support financially. So I never had a problem before. It has truly humbled me to have gone through what I went through in 2020. I'm stronger today because of it. And my priorities have shifted to a way more carpe diem way of thinking than I ever thought possible. I also noticed that about the rest of society. People realize, like, look, you know, we could have another pandemic and that's it, you know? So while you're here, do what is meaningful to you as much as you can and spend time doing that because you're not guaranteed a certain amount of time. And the life expectancy for Americans is actually going down. So
that's so true, Amber.
Not fun.
Yeah, 100%. I was just going to say, I spent a lot of my time during this pandemic, you know, as much as it sounds very privilegey, I went through a lot of my own struggles that I'm not going to get into right now. But I will say, though I faced challenges, it was very much so a bittersweet blessing in disguise in the sense that I did a lot of shadow work and diving within and diving deep. And I don't know if you guys have ever seen those memes where the people are going crazy. I think there's one of Demi Lovato, like going crazy in a bed or something. And they're like, this is what a divine awakening or enlightenment looks like. And truly that's what I experienced, which was like what my purgatory might look like on my dying day, and really being grateful and appreciative of the life that I do have and the time that we do have, and prioritizing. I mean, you nailed it right on the head, Amber, about prioritizing, priorities, choices, and what that looks like. And
what do you get back out of that time expense and that emotional equity? What do you actually, do you get a return, or are you donating that emotional equity and time? You have to make that decision before it happens, you know?
Truly. And like, understand, you know, what your purpose is here and what maybe like the mask you've been wearing, how you've been showing up, what you're committed to creating in this lifetime, what you're committed to creating this world. Every vote, every dollar it's spent is a vote, and how we put invest our dollars into what we're voting for, to those corporations, those industries, the food choices, all of it, who's suffering at the cause of our gain, selfish gain, and
Don't come at my meat. Don't come at my.
Well, I think it goes beyond meat. I mean,
Meat are friends and food, right, Angie?
well, so animals. I want to say this. I'm gonna wrap it up with saying this. Animals are not. They're not food. They're not clothing.
They're delicious, Angie. I think it's been a while since you've had a steak. Let's be honest.
They might be delicious, but who pays the price? Ultimately for that. For not
Thank
just
you,
the
honey.
food.
But I'm
Yeah,
eating it's delicious.
they pay the price. And it's not, they're not food. They're not, they're not fashion accessories or clothing or cosmetics or products or experiments or entertainment or transportation. Animals have been used for so many things.
Oh no, I got her going now.
Yeah, no, I want to say, because like,
you're right,
SeaWorld,
though. You are right.
SeaWorld, you see where their priorities are, because the parking lot is huge, and like the amount of acres spent for like the tanks.
Oh my God. I
So,
never liked SeaWorld because of that. That is sad as hell.
And if you want to dive in to the topic of SeaWorld, next week is Angie Oz's episode, and we're gonna dive right in.
Good.
We're gonna dive right in.
Band. It's stupid.
So my final, actually, interesting enough, off topic though, SeaWorld is actually trying to get out of the animal business. Just interesting.
Really? They have been, right?
Interesting. Yeah, they've been trying.
So well,
I believe it when I see it.
They've been trying, but either way, my final question to wrap up this conversation is, if there is a woman, a mother that is watching right now and maybe is not having the best pandemic experience, what final words or parting thoughts would you like to offer them? If they've had a struggle. So we'll start with Angie, and then we'll end it with Amber.
Yeah, I want to say, don't hesitate to reach out for support. There's nothing wrong with saying, it's okay to not be okay, and it's okay to ask for support. Reach out to your network with your own personal circle of friends and family, your community. Do some GoFundMes. Unfortunately, there's not anything really going on with the government, or some kind of aid that I think should be provided to the nation for people struggling of this kind, especially mothers, especially single mothers. But please reach out, because I promise you there's going to be some people offering support. I see it all the time on social media, people offering to bring groceries, no questions asked, whatever that looks like. So find any kind of support you can through your community, and through any resources available by your community, whether that's food stamps, WIC, whatever that looks like. And then also reach out through some GoFundMes, and reach out to me. I don't know if you, again, I'm Miss Oz Angie on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook, facebook.com/Angie561. Let me know. I'll see what I can do to support, but I really hate to see you guys struggle, and don't give up. You have, especially if you're moms, you have other people depending on you, and you are a superhero. You're a superwoman. Don't ever deny it. You are power. You are strength. You are inspirational. I see you, and I love you.
All right, and final inspirational words to our ladies or mothers that may be watching and they may be having a tough time. What would you say to them, Amber?
I would say, for yourself, take the shame out of asking for help. Just ask for help and get the help. And in that way, putting your pride aside and meeting the needs of your children, it supersedes any silly shame stuff about taking help when you need it. Being a good mom is taking help when you need it. And sometimes, I'm sure all the time, non-moms, they need help. Just ask for help. Don't let yourself sit there. What if you had a broken leg? Would you just sit there and act like there's nothing wrong? Same thing. It's the same thing. Treat it just like that.
Angie's like, I broke a leg once and I just rolled across the floor to get away.
I literally did break my leg.
Yeah, she's tougher than me. I would definitely be asking for some help.
Angie's like, who told you?
Can we destigmatize asking for help? Don't be walking around with a broken leg, because that's not helping anybody. It's not helping you, your kids. It's not helping women. Just ask. You might be surprised.
Always ask for help, and don't be ashamed.
We're here
and I work in a lot of nonprofits. It's all about building friendships. I've been called a bitch. I own it. I'm fine with it. But I'm a
You
nice
are,
bitch. I'm a
so-
nice bitch. However, friends
Yeah,
are
but
there.
You're a bitch.
Friends are there to help friends out and to say the truth. And I think
That's
that's
right.
very cool. So if you see someone that you know and they really need the help, and you're
Girl,
like,
you
damn,
don't
I
look
don't,
okay. This
yeah, I
is
don't want to get
okay.
involved, or I don't want to pry, or I don't want to be nosy. Be like, listen, I'm here for you. Let me help you. Because some people are just so like Amber said, like, don't be ashamed. There's no shame in it. Just open yourselves up.
And you're not
really,
alone. There's a lot of people right now
You're
who
not alone.
are struggling. I mean, this is a lot
Yeah.
to kind of come back from. So,
look
be
at
there
Jess.
for each other, ladies. Reach out to another woman that you know, mom or non-mom, and just let her know that you support
And
her.
be your
if we
word,
all
like-
did that.
And be your word. If you're gonna fucking commit, excuse my language, if you're gonna commit to supporting someone, show through. Like, be there for them. Really, like, do it and show up. Don't break your word. These people are like, they're like hanging on to any little bit of hope that they have. So
People
Because
want
if you
help.
can't love
People want
yourself,
help.
how the hell are you gonna love somebody else? Can we get an amen up in here?
Amen.
Amen. All right.
Yes.
That was topic number 3. Now, before we say good night, who do you think won the poll? Who's the hottest mom?
Angelina probably got it.
Probably Angelina, I imagine.
There were
Like,
too many options, though, and she
Yeah.
has too many kids, so that's not.
or
a good
Scarlett
answer.
Johansson. Scarlett Johansson might have come in a close second.
Just boring. She's so boring.
All right. So let's go ahead and see who is the hottest celebrity mom. Let's find out. All right. Let me pull it up.
It's me.
It's Amber Taylor. Oh, Mila
What do we got
Kunis.
here?
Really?
So,
Wow, Scarlett Johansson was third. Wow.
all right. So,
Not below. Wow.
Oh, Heidi Klum.
So, red
wow.
carpets, premiere, glamour paparazzi, and magazine covers. We're all mesmerized by the celebrities in Hollywood, especially the female ones. The way they dress up on events, look on screen, and the way they look, even in a normal day-to-day routine, is just something we commoners could only dream of. However, there are certain celebrities who just take the trophy home. Who is considered the hottest celebrity mom? It was a tie between, actually, this is very across the board, Mila and Heidi.
I'm not that mad about Heidi.
I'm blown away by Heidi. I disagree.
She's hot.
And then it seems
Stayed
like we were
hot
very.
for a long ass time.
I
too.
love you, Heidi
That's
Klum. No
hard.
shade. You're also Heidi Klum. I'm just like surprised that Angelina Jolie didn't even place. Like, we were so wrong, Amber.
I know.
Yeah,
But she
Mila,
has too many
okay.
children. It's like the point I made earlier about the knocks on the door when you're just trying to get it. You'll never
So-
be able to get to her. One of the kids always needs something.
So the question is,
We
Amber,
call
who
it
did you vote for? Who did you vote for, and who did Angie vote for?
Well, I voted for Angelina because she's so hot.
I voted for Megan.
But also Shakira. I didn't even know she was a mom.
With
but she's-
Shakira, yeah, Shakira looks the same age as forever.
Oh.
And Megan,
Oh my god.
Now
I
the
voted for
question-
Age.
Now the question is, who did America vote for in the actual study? I'll give you a hint.
Katie
It
voted
was not
for
Mila. It was not Mila. So let's
Probably
find
Angelina
out.
then. Has to be.
Let's
was it?
find out who America voted.
I'm excited to see. Katie voted for Mila. She had that.
I
pretty
don't like
nub
Mila. Mila without makeup on is a disaster. She's
Oh,
not-
Shakira! Okay, I see that.
Shakira was number
Shakira is freaking
one.
hot.
I did it
So
backwards.
hot.
I gave you the answer away, but that's fine. Shakira was number 1. Beyonce was number 2.
Okay.
No love for Beyonce. She tore it up with Little Baby Blue.
She's really hot.
Megan
She
was
got
number
sexy.
3.
Flex. I called it. I was close. We're not.
She's like okay. She's like whatever.
Sofia Vergara.
So hot.
She is hot.
So sexy with her curves.
Number 5 is Angelina.
Yeah, I mean, look at all those beautiful adopted children.
It's too
You
many.
can't
It's like a cult of its own.
It's like a cult.
Stop it.
Someone else with a cult, Heidi Klum.
It's just too many people. It's too many people. There's no time for you.
Number 7, I didn't know who this was, but she's an Australian model, Miranda Kerr.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Miranda Kerr.
It's
Okay.
pretty.
Very young.
Pretty gorgeous.
Oh,
She
Oh,
looks
wait.
like she's not even pregnant there. She just
Yeah,
looks
she
like
looks
she
like
had,
she's like
a
my
big
size.
dinner.
Mila was number 8.
She's just not that pretty, guys. She's not that pretty.
Yeah, but her
under
personality is
all
so sexy that like
Mhm.
she can be
And
sexy.
and
I think she's
Ashton
kinda whiny.
Kutcher.
the-
All right,
Yeah.
number 9 is Miss Kim, Miss Double K.
I'm like,
Yeah.
what's a Kardashian? I don't. my mind.
I've already seen it
she
all.
broke the internet with that pregnant photo.
I don't
I've already
compute.
seen everything. That's my
I
thing.
know. I don't know.
And last place was Miss Scarlett Johansson,
Well, I'm surprised.
Last
I
place.
think Scarlett Johansson's a sexy beast.
the Black
She's just
Widow.
okay.
The
She's
Black
just
Widow.
okay looking. She looks like every, just plain.
She's beautiful.
So we got what's the audience say? We got Scarlett and Bay. Scarlett. Why wasn't Natalie Portman on here?
Oh,
Yes.
Portman.
Beyonce. So what do you guys
Natalie
think?
Portman's maternity dress on the red carpet was like this purple, beautiful gown that she wore. She looked stunning in it.
Natalie Portman
Oh.
is cute, girl.
I can't stop with her
Shakira was
movements.
number one. Do we say yay? We say nay.
I say yay. Yo, Shakira looks like
Yeah.
she's aged backwards. Okay, she's a freaking alien. Okay, so
It's
yeah,
the
I agree.
Brazilians, I'm telling you, they don't
Yeah, I
age. They're elite. They're
mean
so
Colombian.
so hot.
My friend actually, Nikki, she's the choreographer of the Miami Heat, or she was a choreographer of the Miami Heat dancers. She was she danced as one of the dancers in the Super Bowl when Shakira and J-Lo performed on Shakira's part. Well, so pretty cool. Pretty cool. Shout out to Nikki.
Then that was one of the most, they said, one of the most watched Super Bowls ever with J-Lo and Shakira.
That's
We should
right.
do that every year with just two beautiful women.
She's like women on women, power on stage together.
That they actually had great chemistry on stage. That was
Yes,
And
a
nobody,
performance.
because the rumor is,
Normalizing
they don't get along. They don't get along, but they
brought
tore it
that
up.
fire to their music, and that's fine
Yeah.
with me. I don't care if they're giving each other a hug after the show. I don't care.
J-Lo.
No,
Yeah.
they actually became close because of the halftime. They never really,
Oh.
because it was like Beyonce's worked with Shakira, Rihanna's worked with Shakira, and everyone's like, what about J-Lo? So now because of that, now they actually have a connection. It's just their circles never crossed.
Yeah.
And like,
But-
who better to normalize pole dancing than J-Lo? Like, yes, please.
Oh my God. Yes. And she looks
Angie
so
will
good.
be
She
offering
doesn't
pole.
either.
Angie will be offering pole classes Friday night. Learn how to get in touch with your feminine side as you swing her in the air. All right, and with that said, we come to the end of our show, so it's time to wish America a good night. And with that, Angie, let's get a good night to America.
Good night. Join me next Thursday for me hosting my episode with my close friends, some of my favorite people to ever walk this planet, Jai and Katie King. So please join us. We're excited to have you. And also, #keep it sexy. See you next time. Love you.
#keep it sexy. And let's give it up for sexy mama herself, our lead host, Amber Taylor.
Good night, you guys. Happy Mother's Day weekend to all of you. And let's honor the mothers and the support of children out there in our community and beyond. Good night.
All right.
Love you, Amber.
I kind of like this intimate. It's like I don't have a headache. No one killed each other. No bloodshed. No scream. This was a nice, classy episode. This is what I like.
I didn't yell this time.
That was good. That was good. And you
That's on
didn't
my
yell
best
this time.
behavior.
All right. Well, I'm David Quiñones. I was your moderator, Social Club Butterfly. Tune in next week for Miss Angie Oz as we dive in. Let's see if we're going to dive into SeaWorld or what topics we'll be talking about next week. And with that, have a good night, America.
Good night.
Good night, guys. Love you.